it's Lisa, and today I'm going to show you how to make some homemade applesauce in a crock pot. You will need a grown-up to help you with some of this, but it'll be fun, and then you can enjoy some applesauce with your family. And it smells really good in your house. So these are the things that you'll need. You'll need some water, some cinnamon, some brown sugar, some lemon juice, and of course you'll need apples. Did you know that Canada has over 20 varieties of different apples? I didn't know that. There's different kinds like Macintosh, Royal Gala, Cortland. So these are some of the apples that I'm going to use in my applesauce today. You also need an apple peeler if you have one, and an apple slicer. And if you don't, you can just use a paring knife with your grown-up helping you. And if you want to store it, because it lasts a really long time, so usually about 7 to 10 days, in a mason jar or an airtight container. And it's really, really easy to make. So you first need to start by peeling your apples. So I did that already. And I'll show you how I do it. With the apple peeler, it's easy because you just put it on there and then you use your muscles and you turn it. So for this recipe, I'm taking the peel off, but the peel's really good to eat if you're just eating an apple like this. It's good for your teeth and it helps. And if you don't want to eat the peel, you can put that in your compost if you have compost. And then you take it off. And then sometimes not all the peel comes off, but that's okay. And then using a paring knife, you're going to just cut off the bottom because you want it to be nice and secure and flat so that when you use your cutter, it doesn't move on you. And then you need your muscles, and this is where you might need your grown-up to help you and press down. And the core is also good for your compost. What we end up with is slices of apples like this, but that's a little too chunky for our applesauce. So we want to cut those in half. And we'll put them into our crock pot, and we're going to mix everything in our crock pot. So it's easy cleanup. And if you don't have an apple slicer, you can just use your paring knife and go down each side of your apple core, so then you end up with a square core. And then you just slice these and also put them in there. So whatever you have at home, I'm going to throw them all in there. So you need about 6 apples for this recipe. And you can use a variety of apples or you can use one kind, whatever you want. And then you also need to put a 1/4 cup of water. You need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You need 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Brown sugar, you get to pack it all in there before you put it in. And you also need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Sprinkle that all in there. And then you're going to mix it with a spoon. And I'm going to get up and show you what this looks like. So you can see what it looks like before we turn the crock pot on. So everything's in the crock pot. And then you're going to put the lid on. You're going to turn it on high. And you're going to let it sit in there for about 3.5 to 4 hours. And it's going to make your house smell so good. But don't peek. Just leave it until it's all done. And then when it's all done, it ends up coming out looking like this. Now this one's chunky. And if you don't like it chunky, then you can use one of these. It's called a hand blender, or you can use a potato masher, and you're going to mash it up to make it nice and smooth. This gets a little messy, so be careful. And you can just make it as smooth as you want it. And I chose to put some in a mason jar with an airtight lid, and then that can go in your fridge or somewhere cold. And then, if you don't have any mason jars, you can put it in an airtight container. I hope hope you enjoyed making applesauce with me today. It smells so awesome in your house, and your family will enjoy it too. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.